对了。
的牙齿，不就我的切是牙齿。哦，那是
不切死。
啊，这是不就得能打打，这是不就得熊能打打打进去，那是不就我做的这啊？
我做的这是哎，
好了，打进去。
念了3节就是送完了。
啊，这不就
念到应该啊，3节就是念到了啊呢。他先马上念了。
A very warm welcome to everyone from different parts of the world here today for His Eminence Juan Rinpoche's teaching and oral transmission on the Sutra of Boundless Life and Wisdom. If you haven't already downloaded the Sutra, please click on the link in the chat to download it now. 非常欢迎来自世界各地区的同修们来到这里一起上课。今晚尊贵的主旺Nubpa Rinpoche将会给予我们无量寿经口诀与教授。如果您还没下载文本的话，请按聊天室里的链接即刻下载。需要听口译的同修们，请记得选择您口译的频道。Those who need to listen to interpretations, please ensure that you choose the interpretation channel in your language. Let's all put our palms together to welcome Rinpoche, and then we will recite Refuge and Bodhicitta prayers. 好，请大家合掌，恭请Rinpoche。接着我们一起念诵皈依发心。
3节就到4节就到大年讲说去8个结束节约送罗拉偏见3节罗巴修3节就到4节长南将就跑到大年讲说8个结束节约送罗拉偏见3节罗巴修3节将就跑到大年讲说8个结束节约送罗拉偏见3节罗巴修马能马达娘别生节他们节表啊的这位就到两把来就是你底下这个工作吧东年的东年节就到这瓦来就是东年没被表啊的面这瓦就是你这差不你的这位大娘了那瓦就是马能瓜的年别生节当节表啊的这就到两把来就是东年的东年节就到这瓦来就是东年没被表啊的面这瓦就是也是差不你的这位大娘了那瓦就是马能瓜的年别生节当节表啊的这位就到两把来就是东年节就到这瓦来就是东年没被表啊的人这瓦就是牛多那没有样的你这这位大娘了那瓦来就是上学不就从前那到这么热联系现在见吧3节行了每个票啊各个那么大就把它修3节那么节3把的我也接着接到这种通过贴吧也觉得高了高度说不是3节的业务这个经过了讲到高正从吧没吧真现在了没小姐的这么没吧了我让都归的差在了大大马生节他们这个就亲戚了把它这个
Recording in progress.
Today, first of all, I was very fortunate to speak to you, What is the fortunate day to speak? So today is the auspicious day that is upcoming, nearly Tibetan New Year. So the New Year, which is nearly coming, is the system that we exchange greetings to each other. Therefore, through the online, the center from Taiwan and all the related people who has cooperated and organized this teaching, even though I am very staying in a remote area, but I can see you all from I'm going to speak about the Sutra of the. I will be going to. So this is sharing with you all. Very auspicious gift for all of you transmission. So I'll read whole the Sutra for you. So what is the Sutra? The Sutra is you will find this in the words of the Buddha. So who actually spoken by Buddha Shakyamuni, and it was spoke at the Nye or the Sharavasti. The audience is the Manjushri and many other audience. When you read it, work on this to print it out in English and in Chinese and translate in many other language. Therefore, I will going to read for you, all of you. So after the reading, then I'm going to explain what I think about this text. First, I'm going to read it for you. So since it is all in Tibet, in English, Chinese language, Tibetan language, so you can look at the text while I'm reading it.
탑직도 쇼데 전에 중견대 진짜배 주는 정말 가자바 잠비 땡겨서나 지든지 감 이제 봐도 매바 시자와 요데 되나 디지 바다 좀 봐야다 와서도 산지 쳐다 이게 봐도 매바 신도 남을 매바 시기게 왜 시자와 조소 선지지 제 다른 점반지에 선전나가 추자 돈도 잠비 주는 결과 연식 잠불링게 선전남네 쳐도 Sebale laria toloja domanjoro jambe sunja kanda today jabato me ba chindu nabringe ba sujiki kibo se jaza je ba to bora jawa tada ga ya number be wanjoro sunja kanda se yoso se ga se jawa jawa tada ga ya number be wanjoro jambe tada na rige po mata se gunde be diji ba toda je ba me ba se jaza je 이그런 제와 미이겐든 저 너무 버리지 마다 레관주로와 다고 옴나모 바가와 데 바르메다 아유야나 수베네 다 등소라다야 야 아라 삼야 삼바다야 에야다 베예 베예 마베야 바르메다 베야 자나 삼바르와세 옴소로와 사가라 바리슈다 담마딘가가 Samunga de Soba Mishide Mane Barwari So Jambe Tiki Say Jaza Motakala, Shiki Yikan Yikin Jogam. Lebumla Jidi Jimna Changa Lobara Jona Savalia Salo Jato Baranjoro Tinishi Kony Jati Bas Padmi Sanji Sing Jidi Kamayande Bado Nevala Soba Javanjoro Namo Pagawata Abad Samunga de Soba Mishide Mane Barwari So Sanjay Javada Saji Yaji Tadai Pado Nibi Undodin de Sun Namo Bangawa de Barmada Ayujana Sun Tada Tendor Ayunjana Sumbene Zada Denzoran Daya Damgaya Arahati Samya Samdaya Daya Da Umpune Pune Mapune Abarimeda Pune Abrimune Jana Sambaru Bazade Umsara Sakara Pari Chuta Tamadenga Samoga Sabo Mishude Mahanaya Parivare Soa Yati Sanje Chewa Tanga Jusang Kombaji Tadaji Padum the Sonso Namo Bhagavata Parimeda Yunjana Sumbene Tatan Soraya Tatankataya Ara Samudaya Deya Umpani Puni Abarimeda Bani Abarimuni Jana Sambar Musala Sagara Parishata Tamatengana Samoga Sabo Mishude Mahanaya Parivare Soa Yati Sanje Chewa Tashi Jusang Kombaji Tadai Padum Sonso Namo Bhagavata Abarimeda Yunjana Sumbin to the Tenzoraya Tatangataya Ara somebody at Daya Puni Mabuni Abarimeda Puni Jana Sambaru the Omzora Gara Parishutam Gangana Samunga Soman Pariwari so Ayandi Sanje Jevada Suji Komba Tadai Padon so Namo Bhagavata Parimeda Yunjana Sumbin to the Tanzuraya Tatankataya Sanya Sambodaya Deya Puni Abarimeda Puni Abarimeda Puni Jana Sambaru the Dom Sarasagara Parijuda Tamatanga Samungata Sopa Bishute Anaya Pariwari so it's a Sanji Chivacha. You should try a combat to the Yaji to the bottom even so Banga the Abarim. Sumbin to the Tenzoraya Tatangadaya Araha the Sanya Sambodaya Yata Umpuni Puni Ma Puni Aparimeta Puni Umsarasagara Parijuda Tamadangana Samungata Sobam Yudama Yaparo so Yati Sanjita Kangelunju. Jamani Kumbacha Daya, Jigata Daya, Patum even to the song so on Namapanga, Parim, Tatanga Daya, Arahasanya Sambodaya, De Puni, Puni, Ma Puni, Parimeta Puni, Aparimeta Puni, and Sambaro. Parijuda Tamatangana, some of the Soba, Miju the Mane, Barori, so Kajito, you can drink your channel, says Sevali. So Jatavan Judy, say number be 1 euro, Namubaga, or the Parimeta, Sundene, to the Dozora, the Sun Bodaya, Day. Umbuni, Bunima, Bunia, Barimeta Puni, Parimeta Puni, Jana Sambaro, also Gara Pari. Someone got the Soba, Miju the Mane, Barori, so Kashi, today, but you can tell. This engineer, Chosungi, Janeta, Shinji, Namboya, Javaminjuru, Majaminjur. Kana, Kanda, Java, Javamanjuru, Namopagata, Parimata, Ajan, Sumbini, Tatanaya, Tatangataya, Aradi. Samya, Sambodaya, Daya, the Umbani, Bania, Mabania, Parimatapania, Parimatapani, Jana Sambara, so Garapari, some of the Nande Pariwari so Kana Shiki to the Jibato maybe you can rejoin. Yedish don't rejo banjo Namo Bangawa, the Parimana, Sundene, there's some ya, some Budaya, they don't puni, Mapuni, Parimana. Umsara Garabari, the Madanga, some Mishitaman, Pariwari so. Kashi Tada Jibado, you can draw, you can drink June, teach you, don't cheat what never you know. Umna Mohabagavada, Barmada, Yunjana, Sumini, Ara, some Budaya, the Umpani, Puni, Bapani, Abarimedapani, Abarimedapani, Jana, Sambaru, Gara, Barijan, Kangana, some of the Soba. The money, Barori, so Kaji Tada, Yabado, maybe and you couldn't have a He Samilangaya, you also Jawan, Euro, Omnabagad, Abarim, Sundin, there's some years on Budaya, the Umpuni, Puni, Mapani, Abarim, Jana Sambar was the Gara, Bridge of the Majan, Gangan, some of the Sopa, Parvari, so 看行这段一些八度里面都点点一个人知道我们一个人就那一地别碰波日中央用所加完就说我们那么办干了不能哎呀什么的大大家大家阿拉哈的什么呀什么的呀的呀的不呢不呢嘛不呢不能不呢不能不呢Yana Sambaro was the Domsora Sazagara, Prishitamagana, someone got the Sobo Gide, and the Pori so Kashi Tada, Bado, maybe the couldn't begin Regina, Tala, the figure of the symbol. La the Jalani Minjoro, Namo Bangawa, the Bari Meta, Yana, Sunday, to the Tenzora, Samia, somebody, Dayada. Bunny, Bunny, Marbunny, Abarimada Bunny, Abarimada Bunny, Jana, some bar with Savagana. Someone got the Sobo, the money, a body, worry, so Kajitata, Pato, maybe into the day, you couldn't draw, you couldn't drink your na. The chief duties, Sanjay Javada, Gujus, the Musum, Dolon, Tombaran Zede, Sanjay, Pungatella, charge on Euro. Sanjay Sanjay Shingdon Goran Zavan Judin Jala tells him, Sumi the Yinimachi, Unamo Bangawa, Aparamata Ayunyana, Sumini. The Datins or Andaya, Dangaya, Adesonia, some of the day, Pune, Pune, Yana, some rooms or Sazagara, Badi, Judah, someone got the soap. They should have money, but so conducted the part of it. 一个人这就那结果全部西的七千多张就送完了，加把它跑了去吧，就说，那么把我的把人们的阿人家那送别人知道真做上大呀阿拉什么的呀这样的，不呢嘛不呢阿把人们的不呢人家那上班了嘛，上干了。把你觉得冬天刚刚那什么个的说吧，没觉得蛮的呀，把人我的也说。赶紧这段一些报道里都点的，一个人这话，一个人这就那的第一些话，我报道你三几个新闻的这个看不掉啊，结果有了，那么帮个的把人们的人家那送别人知道真做人这样，大呀，什么的呀，这样的，不呢嘛不呢。不人们的不呢呀，不人们的不呢，家那上班的话，这说上干了，他妈的，刚那上弄个就说把我们觉得，那也把我的说，上学刚等到的工作的这个上学的呀，确定都牛肉，就算给今天说的假的，人家看他给那么多这把就叫他他们这那你们让他我做没下就不做参加完牛肉。那么帮我的把人们的人家那送别人，这做人这样的什么不大呀，这样的，不呢嘛不呢，把人们的不呢，把人们的不呢，人家那上班的话，上干了，把你去他妈的什么个的说吧，没觉得那也把人我的也说啊，开始这段一些报道里面昨天一个人这样，一个人只就那点拼命给留说，那么也叫我们民族了，把人们的人家那送别人是叫做人呀。大家大家啦，就是什么的呀，这呀都不呢嘛，不呢呀，把人们的不呢呀，把人们的不呢，人家那什么人我真的，我们说这是干了，把你觉得他妈的干那什么个就是把你觉得嘛的，把人我的说啊，开始这的一些报道里面，去云南的你这刚才把你这个金巴讲的第到什么到什么决定也看人不讲那东西，有所干的。金巴就说我们那我把个的把人们的人家的送来，这个就是了的呀，他们刚才呀阿拉的什么的呀这呀的，不呢嘛不呢，把人们的不呢，把人们的不呢，人家那什么的话就是这个干了，把你他妈的刚刚什么的的嘛呢，把人我的也说看了那些去跟他们的了，去吧去吧，他们去他的去吧去吧，就说。那么把个的把人们的人家那送别人这个都做人这样，他们刚才呀阿拉什么的呀这呀，不呢嘛不呢，把人们的不呢呀，把人们的不呢，人家那什么的话这个说这个干了把你他妈的什么个什么的，嘛呢也把我的说完的别人那提醒我那不是的。多了见他，他就叫他老婆的是他，40多我送他，这个都把老送了，不见那这个也去吧，这个送你不真的。 Travel New Jit, the Bottom of Sunji Pombo, and Tower and New So. Namabaga, the Abarimada Ayana Sumane, the Nazaraya, Tadangaya, some Budaya, Mabunia, Barimadabunia, Barimadabunia, Jana, Samba, what the Umsara, so we got a parish of Matian. Someone got this about the money, but already so and did that. I'm not much for each of us. Pundi. Timothy Sun Ye Pungos and a tower and Yuji, so that he part on Libya, the Sun Ye Pungos and a tower and new so. Namabada, Barameda, Yurinjana, Sumania, Tatangaya, somebody, Puni. Abania, Barimada, Barimada, and Jana, Sambara, the Unsagara, President. Someone got there so bomb you the money, but what is so one did that you can not just for she, also coming to a rene. Tower and Niji, so that you got to never soon you Pongos and a tower and mini so Namo Banga, Barimada, soon many. They are Samia, Samudaya, they are the Umpani, Mapani, Aparimapani, Sambara. Umsala Sazagara, Barijana Madangana, someone got this of Amidi, money, so Kaji, Tali, Pato, Libya. You can Java, you can Renjo, come down to Jade, Jawati, Chuchu Sanji, Chintamji, Jala, Chajava, Chojava, you know. Om Namo Bhagava Burmada Ayurjana Sundin, Zada Denzora and Daya Samya Samudaya Kaya Puni Bhavani. Abarimabani, Abarimabani, Jana Sambar, Sangara, Barijutamadaya, Soba. We should the Manaya Bari so Chindia Toki Sanjay and Baba, this Chindia Tokton, Jinja Tonjin. Jimbia Top Jedan and Trabaran Euro, Sudum of the Sanjay and yes, and Sudum Dota, the engaging the Jovan. Sudum of Jedan and Trabaran Euro, Soviet of Sanjay and Avandi, singing Soviet Toto, engaging Jovana, Soviet of Jedan and Trabaran, Tundu of Sanjay and Ava. He is singing Tundu Toto, engaging Jovana, Tundu of Jedan and Trabaran Euro, Sanjay and Ava, Sanjay Toto. Inji Jenja Tonjin Jubana, Sunday Dobje Dan and Trabaran Euro, Sharo Dobje Sanji and yes, Sharo Totan, Inji Jenja Tonjin Juban. Sharo Dobje Dan and Trabaran Euro, Om Namo Pangawa, the Abarimita Ayurjana, Sunday, so the Tenzoran, the Araha, Samia, some of them. They are the Umbuni, Buni, Mabuni, Abarim, and Abuni, Jana Sambar, Pari Juda, Madian. Someone got the Sobom, you demand about it, so changing the cars and championship in Chervata, Conjeta, and the Court data. Pada Mida, Lamayan, that the Jumne, the Sumala, Comparator, about Saturday, pardon me, like Hijawa. Teba Chimbundo, so Delan, Yuruche, Chimbu Yumpin, the Tanjay, Tarana, Sangana, pardon me. During the combat at Timba on the Latin and Chiguta, Chiwami, the Tala, over Church and Tanti, Santo Sosung, Lung, which is so Marita, the Lungs and Mindo. I can't do the Lobata, Chawata, so we do the time, Emma Lobbery. Any children numbers among which is Sembary. And then I have to long make some yard, singing a song, some yard, and they indeed, and in Delia, as Yamchunang, a town, and also some which told you what in the that's a person where I did in the and it did that the aging there to Jetandoji was Jenting or Jetandoji.
Great accomplished master Dujin Tangbong Gyalbu. The master who passed away in he has lived more than 100 years ago, 100 years. Therefore, so there is a sutra or the sadhana, that is the longevity practice. So there is a short phrase in there. I have received this oral translation from previous Trisa Rinpoche. So this is also I'm going to offer you as a gift for oral transmission again. The supplication is that this is the mantra. So the center also has published this tanka. This is very nice. So this tanka is also gift for the Tibetan New Year for all of you. That is the oral transmission. So I will speak later based on speaking on the longevity sutra. The benefit is immense, which is we cannot really imagine. In order to accomplish or manifest this benefit, we have to combine practice with our own mind. Therefore, so what I'm going to say is that, so what I thought and what I have opinion on this practice, I myself also practice a little bit. When I think about practice, mainly whether Lord Jigten Sumgun or Great Master Milarepa, Pamadrupa, so we really have to follow the pith instruction, which is the Pipal Path Mahamudra practice. Even when we talk about the Boundless Light Sutra, we really have to combine this practice, combine with the Pipal Path Mahamudra. How can we combine this the Boundless Sutra into the practice of Pipal Path Mahamudra? For example, the Rinpoche line is breaking. I cannot hear Rinpoche line. I can't hear anything right now because Rinpoche, maybe the connection is not that great, so I can't hear anything right now. So it's breaking the line. Even when you recite the Mani Mantra, first of all, we have to generate love and compassion and bodhicitta. So this is a first of the Pipal Path. So when you recite Om Mani Padme Hum, so you have to visualize yourself as the Avalokiteshvara. When you're in the context of the Boundless Light Sutra, then we have to visualize ourselves as the Amitayus, which is the second of the Pipal Path Mahamudra, which is the deity. First is the bodhicitta, second is the deity. And then third is that we have to visualize the Guru on the top of our head, and then supplicate Guru in order for us to realize our own nature of the mind. So therefore, any practice we do, we really have to combine all the practice into the Pipal Path Mudra. So this is based on my own experience and a little bit my practice, which are based on. So the practice of the Dharma is the Mahayana. So whether a reader or the listener Mahayana or not, it completely depends on the mind of the bodhicitta. When we talk about Boundless Light Sutra, some people might think it is only for this life's increasing life, how to say, through this practice, we don't really think that it's accomplished to liberate ourselves or accomplish enlightenment. So we only think So there is one huge text called the Songdu. The Songdu is the collection of all the mantra and sutra, and that is called Songdu. And then Songdu, when we talk about Songdu, most people would think that it is something that when person who did the divination and who did the divination, and then they will come up with some kind of idea that you have to read such and such text from the Songdu. So this is something that we are relying or trying our practice on the only mundane way of practice. When we talk about sublime dharma is the it's not only for this life, but it's also next life. Not only for this life and next life, but also may I able to liberate myself from the 3 lower realms. And then we really have to have a way of thinking that is the how to say superior person's way of thinking. Rinpoche line is very not so clear, so therefore I cannot hear a lot of teaching. Sorry about that. Completely breaking. So what Rinpoche is trying to say is that when we talk about the 3-person practice, mediocre, superior, and inferior person. So the inferior person is that only thinking for his own liberation. So the mediocre person is so superior person is there someone who really think about entire sentient being, because the entire sentient being is on the own mother. So therefore, I will benefit all the sentient being. So we really have to have a when you recite this Boundless Life Sutra, you really have to have you have to say that it is a benefit of the entire sentient being, not for myself. So this is how I think about Dharma practice. When we really engage in the Dharma practice, what Lord Jigten Sumgön said was, in the Gongjuk teaching, Lord Jigten Sumgön says that entire Dharma practice can be combined into the one path, one stages of the path of the liberation. So the method or the stages of the practice is that to attain Buddhahood, it is the method. For example, the Rinpoche line is breaking. I can't hear. I cannot hear. Rinpoche was trying to give example of the auto vehicle. So what Rinpoche is trying to say is that before we even practice, we really have to have preparation or the foundation for ourselves to do practice. So in order for practice 5-fold Padma Mantra, first we need to practice the common popular practice, which is first is that precious human life, impermanent, causal effect, falls of the samsara. So the first one is that when we talk about this precious human life, this precious human life which I found, based on this precious human life, our body, I can practice all the 3 persons' practices. Without wasting my time, I'm going to engage myself into the practice. Without wasting my time, I'll engage myself practice of the Boundless Life Sutra to benefit entire sentient being. So when we talk about the precious human life, it is very difficult to obtain. But we all have a tendency of thinking that I will do tomorrow or next day. We're always procrastinating our time. And then that is a precious human life, which is the, how to say, the life is impermanent. It's not going to last forever. Since it's not going to last forever, I need to really engage myself into the practice. So Rinpoche line is breaking. I can't hear anything. So this is one of the methods that is. So when we talk about the third one, which is the cause and effect, if you do the better, good, wholesome deeds, you will have the happiness. If you do the unwholesome deed, then you will have the negative deeds. So the happiness or unhappiness based on our own action, whether you have accumulated positive or negative. So this is the nature of the way of life. So if you do something good job, then whether you are a believer or non-believer, whether you are a religious follower or not, doesn't matter. You will have the good result if you do the good deed. If you do the bad deeds, then you will have the negative and sufferings. So this is something you need to think. So when we talk about fourth one, which is the cycle of samsara, is the suffering nature. All the samsara beings are experiencing suffering. So when you go through the Buddhist philosophy teaching, of course, there are so many different kinds of things. The suffering of change, suffering of pervasive, suffering of suffering of suffering. So there are so many suffering that we go through. So when you try to understand the suffering of the samsara, then you have a deliberately willing to liberate ourselves and all the sentient beings from the samsara. So therefore, we have to rely on the practice that is the boundless light. So then the second, which is the uncommon preliminary practice. Uncommon preliminary practice is the first one is the refuge, taking refuge. So when we talk about refuge, we have to understand who is the Buddha. Buddha is the one who leads lead us to the teaching, and then his teaching, and then third one is the three jewels. When we talk about three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Sangha is the one who following the teaching of the Buddha. So when we talk about going for the refuge is that we are really entrusting ourselves into the three jewel. Three jewel is the only protection of ourselves. So I will, going to when you so much have a doubt in the Buddha Dharma, if you have a lot of doubt, then you will, then the refuge that you have is not complete one. So once you take the refuge, then you really have to have a confidence, and then you have to have full confidence. And then the Boundless Light Sutra is taught by the Buddha himself. Therefore, and then the second one is the Vajrasattva practice. Vajrasattva practice is to purify all the negative karma. When we talk about obscuration and negative karma, we should not think that Vajrasattva is the top of our head and then he will clean everything. When we talk about the Vajra, is the meaning emptiness. Sattva means like a compassion, which means the wisdom and compassion is combined there. The emptiness and compassion is combined there. So we have to really contemplate onto the profound emptiness. So even in the Boundless Light Sutra itself, it says that even if you have accumulated a huge pile of negative karma, you can really able to clean. Even if you have accumulated 5 heinous karma, also able to purify through the recitation of the sutra. So this is what I think. This is my recognition on the sutra. So this is what I'm trying to explain to you, what I recognize on the sutra which I have read for you. So if you feel this is useful, then you can actually apply that. If you don't feel this is useful, of course, you don't have to worry about that. And then out of the four uncommon fundamental practice, then you have the mandala practice. Mandala practice is to accumulate merit. When you practice the accumulate the merit, you have to have all the precious jewels to offer 3 jewels. So when you relate this mandala practice into the sutra, it says that even if you recite one time, this has a lot of merits by reciting and the mantra and also the sutra. So the mandala practice is also includes in the sutra as well. And then fourth one is the Guru Yoga. When you practice this sutra, then Buddha Shakyamuni is the guru or the master or the guru of the entire sentient beings. So he is the one who is leading us onto the path. So we can consider Buddha is our guru. And then he has taught this teaching. I really have to apply that. So Guru Yoga practice is also included in the what do you call the sutra. So Rinpoche. So, now when you combine this practice into the Five-Fold Path Mahamudra, so Lord Jigden Songkwen says that first is that bodhicitta is the most important. Now Rinpoche line is breaking. I can't hear anything. And the compassion and loving kindness is like a horse. And then if the horse is good in the race, then he will get the reward. The same way, the practitioner, one who has the race, the horse like loving kindness and compassion and bodhicitta, then that person will get praise and praised by all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. So the same way, the person will get the reward. But Rinpoche line is breaking. I can't hear anything. When you talk about loving kindness, is that may all sentient beings be happy. May all sentient beings be free from suffering is the compassion. May all sentient beings to attain Buddhahood is the bodhicitta. So three mind is included in the sutra which we have received the oral transmission. So this is also included in the Boundless Light Sutra. And then out of the Five-Fold Path Mahamudra, second one is the visualizing oneself as a deity. Lord Jigden Songkwen talk about we ourselves, we have to visualize ourselves as a deity. When we talk about sutra or mantra is a very unique method to transform our ordinary body into the divine body. That's why we need to practice ourselves as a generation stage of the practice, that is the visualizing ourselves as a body of the deity. So even though our body is combined by the flesh and all these things that we ordinarily see, but then when you really think about the practice of the deity yoga practice, then the place where you are, you have to visualize transform all this place is the pure land of the Amitayus, and you yourself is the Amitayus body. So really have to transform all the ordinary place into the celestial palace. Outer universe and inner sentient being, all these we have to transform into the deity, and the deity of the Buddha Amitayus. So the impure body of our body is also not impure, but it is the pure body of the Amitayus. So this, when you think that way, then this is also you are able to practice the Paipalpa Mudra into the Amitayus Sutra. So even though there are many other teaching, but somehow all the teaching summarize into the Paipalpa Mudra. So I have given you the how to say the mantra and the deity of the Amitayus Sutra is given to you. The second one is the, as I said, visualizing oneself as deity. This is what I think. So when you next is the visualizing Guru in 4 kaya, practice of Guru, 4 kaya Guru. So Lord Jidun Sungwan says that if you do not have the devotion, which is like sunshine, not on the snow mountain, not shine onto the snow mountain, the stream of the blessing from the mountain will not receive to you. Same way we have to have a devotion to the Guru. So we need to develop devotion and faith into the Buddha Amitayus as our Guru. So more detail you can actually find out how to practice. So each deity, when you practice, there is a special family of the Buddha that you need to visualize top of the deity. Generally speaking, that our own Guru is the deity family. So we need to visualize the top of our head. So we need to combine this kind of practice into the Boundless Light Sutra. Buddha Amitayus has many other cycle of the teaching. However, this is how you can practice, imagine or practice while you recite and read the practice of the sutra. So when you talk about the 4 kaya of the Guru, Guru of the Dharmakaya, Guru of the Sambhogakaya, Guru of the Nirmanakaya, Guru of the Swabhogakaya. Then fourth one is the meditating on the Mahamudra, completely getting rid of our own conceptual thoughts. So when we talk about the mind itself is the free from all the concepts. However, due to our advantages and the stain or the defilement, then we have been obscured. So therefore we are not able to see our own true nature of the mind. Therefore, we need to get rid of the obscuration, like a cloud, get rid of. So once you get rid of all the clouds out of the space, then you will be able to see all the stars and the sky clearly. In the same way, we need to practice on the mind or the Mahamudra. So this is the Mahamudra. And the last one is the dedication. So when we talk about true accumulation, if we don't have the supplication and dedication, then the result will not be able to achieved. So we need to really have to have dedication. There's a aspiration prayer and then the dedication. So the difference between these two, whatever things that you've done, then you ask for this to dedicate for the benefit of the enlightenment, then there is the dedication. Now, so the boundless light sutra, you can combine practice of the common four preliminary practice, uncommon preliminary practice, fivefold path practice. You can combine this while you are practicing. So this prayer is very powerful because hundreds of millions of Buddha, with one unanimously made this aspiration prayer. Because of that unanimous aspiration prayer, this is very powerful and benefit, and I don't have any doubt on that. This has no blessing or the benefit. So therefore, I feel this is a really powerful prayer. So therefore, I just want to share this with all the Dharma brother and sister around the world as a gift for the Tibetan New Year. First, we need to really have to generate bodhicitta. And then, even when you go through when you go through this sutra, first generate bodhicitta, and then practice the sixth perfection of the Buddha, and then through the generosity and all this, and then the last part after enlightenment, and then it's giving teaching for the entire sentient being, dedication. This is something like dedication. And also after you drink, the greatest gift of gift or generosity is the dedication. The whatever merit that you have accumulated, you will be able to dedicate towards inside sentient being, and then this is the greatest gift or generosity to the other sentient beings. It is said that it is also mentioned in the text that even though other practices through practice accumulation of the merit can be measured, however, the Boundless Light Sutra merit cannot be measured, cannot be summarized. It is boundless, immeasurable. So out of the 6 parameters, the second one is the discipline. Discipline is refraining oneself from creating any unwholesome deeds. When we talk about 3 kind of the discipline, refraining oneself from the negative karma, and then discipline. So as much as we able to live our life as a discipline, then this is also practice of the Boundless Light Sutra practice. And then the third one is the patience. So while we are reading the sutra with the loving kindness and compassion, so when you have loving kindness and compassion, then you do not have the anger, because it is the opposite to the anger. So it is the greatest patience. So it will get rid of the anger and then second, when we practice, we need to really reserve whatever practice. When we do practice, there is some kind of difficulty, we may face it. So we try to do then the practice of patience, of dharma. We are able to facing ourselves to the difficulty, but still we are able to maintain and keep on practicing. And then perseverance, or the effort. So the meaning of the perseverance or the effort is that when we try to do practice, then we really need to have the joyful effort. The joyful effort is the perseverance. So the third one is the concentration, right? So concentration is that is the it is also becomes a meditation. So we need to have the hearing, contemplation, and meditation. So based on contemplation, then we really put in ourselves so therefore we call it so the summary, if I say, the most important practice is to train our mind, practice of Lojong. Shantideva also said that what we need to speak more, the childish person will only do for himself or herself, and then wise person will do benefit others. So we talk so much thing, no use. Most important thing is the practice. Even myself, I'm very old man. Last time I used to have a lot of notes and try to explain, used to do that. But now I feel that whatever I feel, I just, whatever I feel, I speak to you all. Whatever I have in mind, then I speak to you all. Even what we found in the money dedication, it says that past great masters wish that if we want to fulfill, if we want to make some offering to all the great past master, then we should recite the Amitayus mantra. And even for the future Buddha to come to accumulate merit, we should recite the Amitayus mantra. Any present great master who lives here, to them to live long life, then we should recite the Amitayus mantra. So all the beings that lives in the world, that beings have been our own parents, they've been kind to us, each and every one of us. So we have to feel that may I able to benefit all these beings. So therefore, we're going to recite the short Amitayus mantra. Mama you recite a little bit, one round of the mala. What do you think about it? And then we can do some supplication and prayer. Because I don't have so much preparation, so I don't have so much things to explain to more detail. I don't have explain. I don't have things to explain to you. I also don't have a hope and expectation, hope and fear. If I speak nice, you say, "Oh wow, you speak very nice." If I speak bad, you may think that, "Oh, he says very bad." I don't have any this kind of hope and fear. So whatever I felt, I spoke to you. Whatever all the center has been helped, I just like to feel great benefit for them to help this for their kind hard work. I also offer this as an offering. I don't have a thing special like chimar and cookie with the Tibetan traditional way, but I just want to make good wish to your life for the new year. I will make good aspiration prayer, and I have a good dedication for you. So we will do the one round of the Amitayus mantra. When I recite mantra, you recite, you follow me. Samgadaso Vijitanaman Baravare so Namavad Abramada Tatakada Arada Taya Tamraman Mavan Abramada Om Sarasam Garavashinam Samsavitama Tatakada Arada Samsambada Abramada Puni Janasambara Samgadaso Vijitanaman
Recording stopped.
We have a short time for this, so we have combined our practice of Amitayus. Kemburaga as a compose Sugawati prayer, compose. Sugawati prayer was composed by the Changme Rinpoche, Raga Changme Rinpoche. The Sugawati prayer is that you can read without even oral transmission. So the Sukhavati prayer is always I have listened from my guru when I was young. So I have the transmission. Sometimes I teach with some Dhamma friends. When we are alive, life is very important. Lifespan is very important. The Amitayus is very important. For that, eventually, when life is impermanent, one of us we will die. So when we die, we have to find best Buddha Pure Land. So when we die, best is the Sukhavati is the best, the superior Pure Land. So Buddha Amitabha Pure Land explanation is explained by the Buddha. So I will read this prayer, and it's a very profound prayer. So accumulation of the merits, purification of negative deeds, and offerings, and rejoicing others' good deeds. All the 7 prayer are inside here. So I will read it for you all. Samje kunji yila kandende nando yurtatu tuki ke samje kunji ngado kamyatse ado mande sosoro nyala sen kunji owa mela chaselo shoba tsami chewa madoba kela deje molum tabse dewa chendre chewe molum padro chone shindren jambaraso jamba owa mela chaselo Chiji guse gewa changi do nyange menda tata ngusumsho kela chiji gube sotana ege nambra mimba madobe Sasa paya moja tobata. Tumi kiwa malu nopara sung gombo tsawa mela cha zelo. Tosung jida rongja changmi ba renji dungang. Renji jiga chimba be oba mi be tsanda dewa ji tone debe temo jaji. Tene debe sung chewara sung. Eje oba mela kushatse. Kashi oba mi be tsandone kashi mi bar ingo rube de. Renji tsanji dewa jiba na. Tene chajo la me chirmindo. Gombo wa mela chazelo sanjo wa mi de tsendone teni chaji ingo mato bara me jere ne sambora ki tsaro kon tsudin nam dan yul de shi wa mela chazelo da ge lu da long je gazar je go sunjo be cheba ji ji ba yi jo cha ji za da ren ji de ne zhuo ba dong sum ji din ni shi re rao nin da che wa ja ha de me ye long jo tam je wo ye la de wo ba me la da la ben je tu ji do ji shi Pame Dora, Dasun Rugunji, Kamami Junior, Tade Bara, Soji, Majilian, and Mizaju. Luigi Mega Sumbo Tolo Sha, Tunda Trama Tuzunga, Nagi Mega Shivo Tolo Sha, Dasun Opera Tawata. Ije Mega Sumbo Tolo Sha, Pama Lobo, Trajum Sebata, Kevegola, Yasum Kivata. Sami Nayelasa Tolo Sha, Gelongi, Zeta, Zuma Pap, Kusucha, and Haga Shila So. Nyere tsami dije tolo ja kunjo laga soro teso so pangshi tse zo naso laso
Cheba Langan Saba Toloja. Kamsum Samja Sale Dixeva, Chaju Samba Nala Kurvata, Timi Dixia Saba Toloja, Kevepayo, Tikani Meta. Yere Dungan Sazala Soba, Tujami, the Shetu Yisamba, Saminga, Tubi Langan, Tami Langan Saba Toloja. Pampashi da Lama Josum da Bandu Sosha Niche de Zenga, Sudra Tutum Java Tolo Sha, Nagu Jushi, Tuanga Ji, Chansum Lava Nyamba Tolo Sha, Tadum Jushi Yala Bombo Ji, Sava Tamsen Nyamba Tolo Sha, Tomba Majumi Gile Jeba, Miza Juda Chengdu La Soba, Kana Matu Tigati, Tigati. Yabdo Wangu Lazo Tomaya, Di Tomba Tamsu Sumaji, Jaya Tua Boba Tolo Sha. Medo Kane Mijibe, Sanji Shenji Chivijo, Tendala Minjosho, Yamata, Medo Che. Oba Mibe Shedon Sho, Sonum Dobda Tunduji, Lagetin, Chubete, Sami Jabra Tujan, Sanji Korje Chubresho. The city Chebati, Chayan and Golaja, Chanju Lunde Pobresho, Sada Jaji Chuton, Ranju Minja Traversho. Jesu the Tujendo, Jesudo, Namiji, Chinjala, Jesujo. Choju Sanje Johnson Pamela. Obama Chubata, Shinto Taji Champions, the Dagola, Yangurshin, Choji to Tober Show. Junju Topa Miba, Mongation, the Pendation, Yarasota Kuku, Nado Tata Namson, Curin Juto, Nanolas or Sanjela. One the Chelo Tombashu, Chubata Chujana, Komotara, Chini to Kazamiba, Leverage, Podalata, Tamuchi. Nayablinda Uji Yu Tubu Singum Chevaja, Teresida, Tromata, Chadrupin Chevaja. Jeshi Chevaja Zojo, Wanda Tawa Samoju, the Dorane, Tejin, Tawa Miva, Chimbrashu, Shujin, and do Chalupso. 하이 미그 세월도 소주 전쟁로지 제대로 생들 처벌죠. 계산이 계획용 대화전기 사직대 개화 정미 지와미 다도 신변 점벌쇼 참반내 손을 발 계산이 산지 남지 된잖아 남정제 tun주도 견들어오네 산지 최제 감정이 나야 되지 지금서 도와미 만들어줘 산지 지와 차지 자동자 제주자지 산지 신근지 연대 고바 던제 지도마 시공분에 제발라나미 대화전기 신들 제월쇼 제사제 코님나 제다 양신자지 서신 무슨 말 내나님시 땡나 발시바 대좀 양배 신들 제와죠 이제 도마레도 바성식 로마다섬 제보레 제제 대든 저배자조 근년제 사다자지 추지 자능조我的 친구신데 제월쇼 부주조는 양아 견대망 이제 주지 정보는人家的登归包括个人的表码执行者问的，表面我是八度米八主，我是在那这边三季。两只全部行的结果来说，没空接的俺说站面着，我到啊都是捏的，找到我他做拉手吧。东面他们行的最嘛牛，台湾全部行的结果去了，东面没行，俺那结果的。国家没到表面不了着，他们这顾虑见面是更多，后来走到那是身边的，不行啊，这个过了啊。人家方面现在结果就让就人家那做事业，进度农就业了成边就，做着每个工作人家着，俺就没人打动怎么没，看到就是那边天天着，他们就那边天天就那去。电机工作现在结果就这种农给买到家间的新都现在就能别嘛他们这里一多个苏州这种人就去这么大都去，可每家这边那么做，这边那么都没大都去，都不能在人家些也看。要不然都在人家这啥的，到时候对面白天给大家家长就去中路肉嘛说，都不能都在那边就这住，没有真的那我站没着。都在中国中路电能家找找干的电拉电的就以前周围现在的结完了，现在做的3.5万的，结完证明两个没大就就是得影响证结完了说，那就外面的结完了去，结完看给弄给什么。以前把都等把那边子接触这里这个面对性的，就把他们就这么说，说了他们就那边突然了，这里这个我不知道3.5我是过年拍过一，但是给不写这里就是这次，现在就是他们就你不就估计讲完这话吵架赢，不知出去找着修改子，大都想着你我七八的，没就送去他们就这么说，两个人的第一等把你给完他们就找到计划着，不知道送的。也是群众间突见到大多民众说，真的突见到3年，这些把人都等把你原来那路这个结果就，故事等把这里是的，你们3年的也大多相对的，这个就是他们就工作就真的大概这个解码他，性格的特别新鲜多，那你做不了3年到不了去，做3年的吃完没办法了，真的3年如果明显着，这把证明着这把说明明龙州这都不明显。一些吧，这都是能把人家一些事情证明吧。如果那话答应我吧，你这的一些方面重点的，开始就去成年顺正吧，我也了解那面码头吧。没去读书，你去深读书，一般不能教不了特别书。大概城市，你去城市下子话，觉得东个过年教不了书，这些不是找不了经济了，上节故事你们讲了。就你们就是在那讲了的，今天没见这边讲了的，其他我们的员工不了就工作送了下载了这样的，变成这样我不到你说话，我们这边说工作送了下载了，那么民族系列呀，那么苏系列呀，那么我大马系列说话写就恰送成了，我们这东西话送，这面让家长正经的他妈也恰定一次。让的马家关这罗大怎马家关，他们的狗狗是看弄不就呢？台湾经济性格没了财经，我没了他们家的台湾这几个多呢，甚至是产业发展是，起码台湾经济讲话，他说没的，我们都辛苦很多的，台湾搞的起名搞的说句公关营些，给了这个20加入，让我深圳忙不台湾经济改为就是这个。我当你
So this
Tiringi Sandu Kon Revandre Chidi Tenedi Devachingi Shingi Molundi.
So this is the Sugawati prayer. You try to practice this. This one is also translated into Chinese and English as well. If you read it, there's a very profound meaning against the characteristic of the Pure Land, how it looks like, and mainly in order for us to attain Buddhahood, we have to accumulate merits, purify negative karma, and through that we can become Buddha. So accumulation of merit and purification of the obscuration and negative karma. So there are so many methods to accumulate the merit and purify the negative karma. So here there is one method is that during prostration, through the prostration we can accumulate merit. So the 7 lamp prayer, out of the 7 lamp, first one is the prostration. When you when you do the prostration, you really have to have a good motivation. The motivation saying that I'm doing prostration to the 3 jewels. So when you do the prostration, you will not have the arrogance or the pride. You will get rid of, able to suppress your ego. You will be able to see the qualities of the Buddha and Dharma. And by each prostration, you will be able to accumulate immense merits. Even it is mentioned in the words of my perfect teacher. When you do the prostration, below the prostration where you're doing earth, each atoms of the sentient beings will able to accumulate merit and able to leave the seed for them to attain Buddhahood. So this is the even Ragasa teaching or the Sugawati prayer. So he says that when you do the prostration towards the south and do the prostration, make good aspiration prayer, then if it's possible every day, if not at least in a month, you should try to pace yourself towards the south and contemplate and visualize and understand the pure land of the Buddha, south Buddha field of the Buddha Amitabha. So then second one is the offering. Offering, there are imagination offering, material offering, and there are all kinds of offering that we can make. So main purpose of the offering is that whatever things that you like the most, and you try to offer that Buddha and Bodhisattva, and imagine that precious things, multiply yourself more and more and pray to the Buddha. In terms of the context of the negative afflictive emotion, then it is the antidote to the attachment. So when you make offering, you will be able to get rid of your attachment or the grasping to the things that you have. So help you to get rid of your afflictive emotion of grasping to the things, and also you will have the courage to give, or generosity, give more things to the other. And then third one is the confession of the negative karma. Here in the Sugawati prayer, if you don't have the regret, then there is no way that you can able to get rid of your negative karma. So once you committed negative karma, you really have to feel remorse feeling yourself, I have done something mistake, I'm not going to repeat this kind of mistake again. So if you don't have this, then you will not able to rid of your pure. There are 4 lines or 4 forces to purify negative karma. First one is the reliance or the force of the reliance force, or the first one is the object. Object is the Buddha Amitabha in this context. So their compassion is limitless. That's why it's called limitless light. So the then the power of antidote. Power of antidote is the mantra or the sutra. And then last one is the commit, not repeating this negative karma again. So these 4 power or the 4 forces must be there in order for us to purify negative karma. So it is said that negative karma has no good quality, but has one good quality, that is the negative karma can be purified. And then hold on, so rejoice others' good deeds. You know? And here it says that when you hear somebody's doing some good deeds, then you should rather you should feel rejoice. You feel from depth of your heart. You really have to generate rejoice for their good deeds. You should not feel jealousy feeling towards their good deeds. If we're able to do so, we will also able to get the same kind of amount of the merits from their good deeds. And then fifth one is requesting Buddha and Bodhisattva was to turn the wheel of Dharma. If anyone not turn the wheel of Dharma, then there's only way we understand that all the sentient beings are going through a lot of pain and suffering. The best way to relieve or to free ourselves from suffering is through understanding the Dharma, teaching of the. When we talk about turning wheel of Dharma, of course, 3 turning wheel of the Dharma, which is first is the 4th noble truth. Second one is the Panchaparamita, and then non-characteristic teaching, and so on and so forth. All these are method that is designed for each and every different sentient beings. If there is no turning wheel of Dharma, we will not able to understand reason why we need to practice Dharma. So we must understand. So we need to request or turn the wheel of Dharma. The purification negative karma is the anger, and then the purification of the offering is the attachment. So we must understand that. And then requesting not to enter into the nirvana. when we talk about the teaching of the Buddha, teaching of the Buddha is completely depend on the great sublime beings. The great sublime beings, if they live long life, then teaching of the Buddha will live longer. So the 10 directions of Buddha and Bodhisattvas, and even in this world, we need to request and also pray that may they live long life to teach the Buddha Dharma. This is also has a great amount of merits out of this prayer. So this prayer and practice is able to antidote, counteract with the how to say the 5 poisons. And the last one is the dedication. The dedication and supplication prayer. It says, Lord Jigdan Sangha said, even though we have been cycling in samsara for many lifetimes, but we have also accumulated many merits. Negative also we have accumulated. However, the reason why we are not able to attain Buddhahood is because we have not able to dedicate the merit that we have accumulated. So each time if we are able to dedicate, then the merit will be restored there, and it becomes a cause for us to become Buddhahood. So here we have to, whether you are reading the Sukhavati or the Boundless Life Sutra, whatever you do, it only has a benefit. There is no harmful for us. As we are a follower of the Buddha Dharma, Buddha Dharma has been lived here for a long time, and then throughout this, many beings has been attained Buddhahood. Many has been attained Arahat. Even in Tibet, many great beings has been attained Buddhahood. For example, such as Milarepa. If we able to do the practice, there are definitely has a result. This is for sure. So with that understanding, so we need to really have to try our best to practice. If we try our best to practice, there is only advantage, not disadvantage. Mainly it is all our depend on our effort. Shantideva also said in the Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life, Shantideva says that when you look at the bees and flies you see out there, if they try to make effort, they also can attain Buddhahood. They don't know how to differentiate the right and good and bad. We as a human being, we know good and bad. So we have more advantage than them. So if we able to practice loving kindness and compassion and 6 paramita for ourselves, we will definitely able to attain Buddhahood. We have the full condition to become Buddhahood. With this understanding, if we really try to make effort and practice, it will be very beneficial. When we talk about Dharma, it is also important that we need to listen and then understand, know, and then we have to have a definite understanding on the teaching. But it's difficult to have a definite understanding on the teaching because we have so much negative karma and obscuration from since negative karma from past life. So Shantideva again says that in Guide to the Buddhist Way of Life, it says that the positive deeds that it's very difficult to generate in from our heart. It is something like lightning in the darkness. In the lightning in the darkness happens only momentarily. It will never going to happen for a long time. The same way, we have also only momentary kind of generating positive thought to practice Dharma. But we have to try our best to do more and more, increase our positive thoughts. So we should not waste our time to practice it. So whatever I thought in the mind, I just talk to you, because I didn't really organize. Everything is disorganized. I just talk to you whatever I felt from my heart, whatever, without with a pure heart. I just talk to you. What I have in my heart is that the wish to help and benefit you. So with the pure motivation, definitely there will be some benefit out of this pure motivation. I'm sure I have made a lot of mistake because I'm not enlightened. If I have made some mistake, and I would say with the three root in front of all the Buddha and Bodhisattva, I will confess that if I made any mistake out of my talk, so today, so eventually we just have to make wish, temporary clearance of the temporary obstacle, and eventually become Buddhahood. So finally we will do the dedication and prayer. That's all. Thank you for all. Thank you all the Dhamma friends.
Rinpoche 非常感恩您给我们尊贵的教法。Rinpoche, we are deeply grateful to you for your precious teachings. 感谢所有翻译、主办这次线上教授的义工们，还有在座所有同修们。Thank you all interpreters and the organizers and volunteers working behind the scene for this online teaching, and of course each of you in the audience. 现在，如果你们可以的话，请打开视频跟Rinpoche致谢。如果你有卡达的话，也可以在视频上献给Rinpoche. Now those who have joined as panelists, you may turn on your video and offer thanks to Rinpoche. If you have a kata, you can offer it in front of the camera to Rinpoche too. 祝大家有个美好的一天或晚上。Have a good day or evening ahead.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, 谢谢。 中文翻译结束了，English 也结束了，
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you.
感恩仁波切，
Thank you.
仁波切健康长寿，长命百
感
岁。
谢仁波切，
Thank you,
感
Rinpoche.
恩仁波切，
Thank you so much.
Long life，接着教我们
仁波切，
松树
Long life, Rinpoche. Long life.
长久住世，
仁波切，
利生事业，因
长
果上
久住世
圆满。是的嘞。
All the best.
Long life，
感恩上师仁波切。
哦，还有
谢谢仁波切。
嗯。